So now let us look at how to generate Hermite polynomials from the orthogonality condition. So can one of you can tell me what is the orthogonality condition for Hermite polynomial? Okay. So what is orthogonality condition? Minus infinity to infinity dx
N of x,
hn of x
hm of x,
hm of x
e to
equal
the power minus x square,
x square which is equal to
square root of pi into 2 to the power n factorial delta n.
Okay, so let us at least find out the first two polynomials. So take h0 of x c0. Okay, take h0 of x as c0. So if you take that and put n is equal to m is equal to 0 in this, so what you get is e power minus integral dx c0 square, so that is a constant, I can take it outside, then e power minus s square. So this is what there in the left hand side. Okay, so this is equal to n is equal to 0, so what you get is root pi. What is minus infinity to infinity dx e power minus x square? Root pi. So you get c0 square root pi is equal to root pi. So this implies c0 equal to basically plus or minus 1, right? So c0 can be taken as either plus or minus 1. So you can actually take one of the roots, does not matter. Okay, so take the positive one. So h0 of x is equal to 1. So now let us look at the second one.
Sir,
Yeah.
in this question we have assumed that h0 of x is a constant.
Yeah.
Then we have solved. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Because it's a zeroth order polynomial, no? So I should give c0, right?
Okay.
So now h1 of x. So h1 of x is a first order polynomial. So I have to take say a0 x a1x plus a0. Okay, so I can do this. So now question is to find out a1 and a0. So now let us put n is equal to m is equal to 1 in this equation. Okay, so n is equal to m is equal to 1 in this equation. So what are you going to get is integral minus infinity to infinity dx, basically square of this, right? So what are you going to get is square of this. The square of this is let us do the first orthogonality. Okay, that is better. Okay, so put n is equal to 1 and m is equal to 0. So n is equal to 1, m is equal to 0, what you get? So 1 is a1x plus a0 then into 1. So h0 of x is 1. Okay, so that no need to write. Then e power minus x square. So this is equal to, this is an orthogonality condition, so right hand side is 0. Okay. So there are two integrals in this, one is minus infinity to infinity dx a1 x e power minus x square plus integral minus infinity to infinity dx a0 e power minus a square, which is equal to 0. What is this integral equal to? What is this integral?
0.
This integral is 0 because x e power minus x square is an odd function. Okay, it is symmetric about, means antisymmetric about the y axis, right? So this one goes to 0. It's an odd function, not an even function, it's an odd function. Okay, so when this goes to 0, so what you get is minus infinity to infinity dx. So a0 I can take it outside, e power minus x square equal to 0. But you know that this quantity is equal to what?
Root pi.
Root pi. That means a0 should be equal to 0. So you got a0 equal to 0. So now my h1 of x is just a1x, okay, because a0 is 0. Now you substitute n is equal to 1, m is equal to 1 in this expression. So you get minus infinity to infinity dx a1 square x square e power minus x square, which is equal to n is equal to 1. So root pi 2 root pi, n is equal to 1. So this is equal to 2 root pi. So now you have to calculate the integral. Basically this is equal to a1 square integral minus infinity to infinity dx x square e power minus a square, which is equal to 2 root pi. So now you have to calculate the integral dx x square e power minus x square. So how do you do that integral?
Division by parts.
Okay. So what you do first? What is u and what is v? I am not able to understand clearly. Can you repeat? Okay. So let us, because it's also a tutorial hour, all of you please do this integral. Okay. Please do the left hand side integral. I'll give you 5 minutes. So let me introduce the gamma function here, so that you may need to do certain integrals, okay, without much difficulty, because our job is to do all these integrals, because we have to use certain. So what is a gamma function? So this is basically gamma of x is equal to integral 0 to infinity dt t power x minus 1 e power minus t, where x is greater than or equal to 0, greater than 0. Okay. So this is the gamma function, and so you know that factorial function. What is the factorial function? Integral 0 to infinity dt t raised to n e raised to minus t equal to n factorial. So here n is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. So this, the factorial is basically the integral of 0 to infinity dt t power n e power minus t. If you do this integral, you get n factorial for each n. Okay. Now you are extending this to a continuous variable. So that is what you have written here. T raised to x minus, instead of a t power n integer, you are extending it to a continuous variable x. So you get a gamma function there. And the gamma function is having a relation gamma of x plus 1 is equal to x gamma of x. This you can solve from this. Gamma of x plus 1 is equal to x into gamma of x. You can actually use this property. See that, suppose x is equal to n. Suppose x is an integer. Okay. So you can see that you can write here gamma n plus 1, then you put x is equal to n plus 1. So t power n plus 1 minus 1, that is t power n e power minus t. This right hand side, you know that that is n factorial. So that gamma of n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n. Fine. And this one I can keep on doing it. Next, gamma of n is equal to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. N minus 1. So finally gamma of 0 is 1. Okay. So you can see that from this factorial function, if I substitute x, okay, as an integer, you can get a factorial function. Okay. So now, so it is also called Euler integral of first kind. Okay. So right now you understand this is a gamma function. So why I am doing this is, using this, you can write it this formula. This is very necessary for you. Integral 0 to infinity dx x power n e power minus a x square is equal to, it is equal to 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2 n plus 1 a power minus n plus 1 by 2, where a is greater than 0 and n is greater than minus 1. Okay. So 0 to infinity dx x power n e power minus a x square is equal to 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2 n plus 1 a power n plus 1 by 2, where a n is greater than 0 and n is greater than minus 1. Okay. And you have gamma of, yeah.
How is it this relation?
Okay, this relation, to derive this relation, because see you have the gamma relation here, you see. So here you can see this this integration is in x, right? So you just compare this one with this, okay? That's it. So you have this. So gamma function definition, you take it this. From this you can actually derive this. There is no problem. Okay, you have to do the change of variable in this. Okay, do the change of variable in that, then you get it into this form. Okay. So you take any mathematical special functions textbook, you can get it. So I don't want to get into all those things, okay, but I want to give you a If you are interested, you just look at the special functions book, whatever that reference is there in the V Balakrishnan. Otherwise, I will put it in the Teams. Okay. So to derive all these things, but we don't want to get into those aspects. But we certain places we want to do some certain integrals. We don't want to spend time on those things. Okay, doing the integral. Our job is to do some physics. Okay. So this formula you can use, because you will come across this so many places later on. Already the whatever integral you are just carried out, you can use this. That's my idea. Okay. So this integral you are relating in terms of gamma function, and gamma of half is root pi. Gamma of half is root pi. That you can actually, in this expression, what I am saying, you do the change of variable, okay, and do the integration, because you put t is equal to u square, put t equal to u square, then you can and x is equal to half you put, okay. So x is equal to half and t is equal to u square, do the change of variable. I am giving you that as an exercise. You see that this integral is basically the Gaussian integral. If you put x is equal to half, okay, and t is equal to u square, change of variable, this integral will in terms of u integral, it will become the Gaussian integral, okay, e power minus u square du, the limit, okay. So you know that Gaussian integral result is root pi, okay. So that I am giving it as an exercise. So change with the change of variable, even this one you can use the gamma function to get this result. You put in that expression t is equal to u square for any value of the thing is this x is going to be an integer, okay, that's it, okay. So you do that, okay. You can get this also from that. With this definition you can get all those things. So gamma of half is root pi, okay. Oh, so time is going up. So okay, so what you all have to do is, right now what we done was integral x square e power minus x square dx, right? This one, what is the answer? I just take 2 minutes, then we will finish it. So what is this integral you got now from minus infinity to infinity? It is equal to root pi by 2 or 2 root pi?
Root pi by 2.
Root pi by 2. Okay, this is what you got the integral. Now, is this symmetric function or is it even function?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I can change this to 0 to infinity x square e power minus x square dx. Okay, it 2 into 0 to infinity x square e power minus x square dx. Now you look at this, you put n is equal to 2 in this. So n is equal to 2 and a is equal to 1. If you put n is equal to 2, a is equal to 1, what you get here? N is equal to 2, 2 plus 1, 3 by 2, gamma 3 by 2, 1 by 2, gamma 3 by 2, right? 1 by 2, gamma 3 by 2. 1 by 2 gamma 3 by 2, a is anyway 1. So 1 power some number is n is equal to anyway 1. So 1 power 3 by 2 is 1 only. Okay. So there is no problem. So 1 by 2 gamma 3 by 2. What is 1 by 2 gamma 3 by 2? Gamma x plus 1, I can write it as x gamma of x, right? So gamma of 3 by 2 is equal to, this is 1, so 1 by 2 gamma of 1 by 2. So gamma of 1 by 2, what is the answer? Root pi. Root pi by 2. Then divided by 2, because this is 0 to infinity, you have a 2 answer coming here, because there is a 2 here, no? You get answer root pi by 2. Okay. So, but you go and do that, because if I ask you to do x power 4, okay, s power cube 3, no problem, but if I do s power 4, you can actually use the gamma integral to get the answer. Okay, so you don't have to do UV method or anything else. Okay, so this gamma integral, so this is a very useful formula. This is basically coming from the gamma function, and whatever getting gamma function in terms of this one and whatever we have done, because I only just said the how to get that answer, but you work it out. Okay, clearly get that answer from this. Okay, so yeah. So if is there any, so one question regarding that H2n and H2n plus 1, we will do it in next class. Okay, no problem. I think BTech students also require that, so I will explain that in the next class. Okay.